CTV News, Vancouver Island Report.
Good evening. Thanks for joining us. A 22-year-old man has drowned in the Stamp River in Port Alberni. He was out for a day of fun with friends. They had plans to inner tube down the rushing rapids, but they misjudged the river's power. The water swept the trio away, currents pulling the man under, while his two friends clung to the shoreline, barely managing to stay alive. CTV's Chandler Grieve reports.
It's hard to fathom, but less than 24 hours ago, this inflatable pool toy was the only hope for a young group of tubers navigating the notorious Stamp Falls. The outcome, unfortunately, predictable and tragic.
We received a call shortly before 4 p.m. yesterday afternoon from a woman on the banks of the Stamp River advising that a body floated down in front of her.
Search and rescue were called in, but upon arrival found the body of 22-year-old Cory Heinz from Qualicum Beach floating in an area known as Eagle Rock.
We had reports of injured tubers, two young females that were stranded right tight in the steep canyon wall area just immediately below Stamp Falls. And there was a third individual that had appeared to have drowned and was recovered downstream.
Cory was spending the day on the river with two women in their early 20s. Despite none of them wearing life jackets, the two women managed to climb their way onto separate rock faces just before the falls and waited as search and rescue attempted what they called their hardest rescue to date.
The technical nature of this search and rescue was extreme. In our mind, if it was a scale of 1 to 10, this would be a 10.
Using their rope rescue and swiftwater teams, search and rescuers managed to navigate the rapids and retrieve the two women. They were taken to hospital and are now recovering with minor injuries. Police say nobody in the group had any experience on this river and likely had no idea what was in store after they made the final bend before the falls. Locals say nobody should ever challenge these waters on simply an inner tube, and police say it's yet another example of a tragedy that could have easily been avoided.
These are avoidable deaths, and they start out as innocent trip down to the river with some friends, and it ends in unspeakable tragedy. And we just really need the message to get out that it has to be safety first, and you have to know the area.
This is the third time in less than a year that search and rescue have been called to the Stamp River, and despite a close call and a stern warning by police earlier this summer, another tubing tragedy on a river that's becoming known for all the wrong reasons. Chandler Grieve, CTV News, Port Alberni.